Hello everybody, today we're doing the construction episode. There's a lot of projects we need to construct, and first and foremost, we gotta move this water. This actually took all day, it literally took all day. But anyway, we'd collected so much water last time that, in order to move the water, I had to move it one bucket at a time until I could move the entire thing. I don't really have much to say about this part, it's just, we just had to move water, which was very fun. I'm not sure why it was fun. I just kind of enjoyed it. It's like, yes, we're finally doing industrial stuff. What are we doing? No, but don't worry, because later on things get even crazier, because we're actually making automation. Oh my gosh. Because this setup before was, like, it was too much hands-on. I did not like that. So we're gonna just make it automatic, basically. Or at least try to. And also solve some issues that come up later in the video, as our current setup can't handle, like, large volumes of water, as you'll see later. Anyway, I estimate that we have, like, a total of, like, 30 or so gallons of water, which is a lot. Keep in mind that the water in the solar still is kind of decontaminated, and also might actually just contain salt water at this point. Because we poured in bleach water at some point, and it would smell like bleach for like 2 weeks, but now it doesn't. So, or actually more like a week. And bleach decomposes in sunlight into salt and water, so yeah. Now here you can see me carrying what remains of the massive amount of water we had, which was so much that even though I tried to move it before, I was not able to. I'm pretty sure with the snow I would have been able to move it, but for some reason, this was just not mobile. And I had originally planned to just move the whole thing all at once, but no, there was no way I was moving that. And also, I don't really have anything I could cart it on, which is something I was going to consider, is using some kind of cart method of moving it, which would have been genius if I could design one. Maybe we should build a cart. Anyway, I still did not feel like I would reasonably be able to actually dump this in, with you all being able to see and stuff, so we're taking a 5-gallon bucket and we're just gonna dump it right in, and then that should be pretty good. Honestly, just dumping fluids into this thing is very satisfying for some reason. And now it's time for the large-scale dump. I didn't get really good angle of this one. If I'd gotten a better angle, I feel like this would have been an amazing shot where you can see the water going in, but no. I don't have an angle of that. Honestly, I need to try doing the thing where I mount the thing to my head. I don't know if you all knew I did that. I've done that in like 2 episodes. Maybe at some point we'll use night vision goggles. I don't know when. Also, I could technically mount it to a helmet. That might actually be a pretty genius idea. Here's where things started to go wrong. I'd planned to tie down this thing, well, I was thinking this was the only option. I tried weighting it down with rocks before, and it did not work at all. And it just was not a pretty idea, so tying it down, that seems like a good idea. Wait till you stick your hands in freezing water and then realize it's freezing. At this point, my hands were basically frozen, and I felt like, you know what, let's just grab a cinder block out of there and see what happens. Well, I tried taking this shot 3 times before, but the camera was not recording. I just felt like, this is an important observation, but this cinder block weighs absolutely nothing in this water. It's like, what the heck? Attempt 2, pre-tying. This one goes exceptionally well. Check it out. At this point I had given up all hope on that design, because the volume was too high in it, and so I thought it was time for us to redesign, and also because I wanted to automate the setup for basically forever since we even made it. I've had this idea for how to make it work efficiently, and it's going to happen now. Let me introduce you to M9 Bayonet. This device is perfect for cutting things that the drill cannot drill through, such as this bucket, and it's also the perfect diameter for the pipes, honestly. While we're on the theme of constructing things, we're going to go ahead and completely overhaul the electrolysis setup with new pipe sealant and also diaphragms in the diaphragm assemblies. I've been preparing this and hyping this up for like about the past 3 weeks now, that we are going to revamp this design and overhaul it. This diaphragm material is called clay pot. Honestly, I don't understand how this works, but I just think it's like an actual barrier. That the liquid can, some stuff can go through it, other stuff can't. It's just magic to me, I don't understand. I need to read something about this, but I haven't had the time. I've been reading a book called Nuclear and Particle Physics, so, that's more important than reading about diaphragm. So basically how this sealant, this pipe cement works, is that this stuff, I believe, deposits something after it evaporates. It like deposits this layer, it cures and hardens into this. It's kind of like glue, but it also, in some cases, actually thins paint. It's a solvent of some kind. It slightly dissolves the pipes together and then cures to make a very good seal. It should be chemically inert, I hope. Otherwise, it's going to be an issue. But it should be perfect. Speaking of chemical compatibility, we need an epoxy or something that can hold this stuff in. And this stuff says methyl cyanoacrylic, which is something. Pretty sure it must have a cyanide group and must be acrylic or something. I don't know. Anyway, I have no clue how this is going to handle to chlorine. Who knows? But hey, it will hold the clay stuff pretty good, and as long as it holds on one of the sides, it should be fine. Here's our diaphragms, and they're going in the assemblies here. Why are we calling it diaphragm assembly? I don't know. I just like the term. It sounds great. Like fuel rod assembly. Sounds amazing. Who could come up with a better name than that? Well, I dare you to come up with a better name than that. Like diaphragm chassis, or multi-diaphragm bed. Now, this PVC cement does not work on HDPE or any other plastic really besides PVC, due to the fact that it's designed to dissolve PVC and is designed to function around it. It's not meant for this stuff, but I felt like I would try it because it seems to harden to a substance. It does not work. It does not work. And finally, for the time that we've been waiting for, it's time to assemble the machine. It's quite a simple contraption. Basically, as you saw earlier, we were hammering a pipe into a bucket, and the bucket now has a pipe attached to it, which will flow water all the way through the system that it collects water, then puts it through the pipe, and then the pipe will store it into a container. Now, the pipe has to go through another container to get to that container. Because the bucket's in a container. So now we have to make another hole, which was, I didn't bring my big knife with me the first time. And then I tried hammering it with the good old punches. Now these both gave us a good start, but when we use the big knife, Mr. M9 bayonet, it just goes right through. It's magic, because of its size, it's able to make the pipe hole perfectly, very quickly. And I've actually tried to use this in several previous videos, but I just never ever did. I just felt like it was like, why do we need this knife that got like tinfoil or something? No, we need it for something else. Now this may just be the most satisfying part of the video, where we hammer the pipe straight through the other thing and through the other thing, and basically combine them together. We still have to seal them, and that's something I'm going to save for a later time, because I don't actually have anything that can seal these right now. I have to test different things to see if they can actually work on this. But if you have suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. It doesn't have to be chemically inert, it just has to be able to hold like 200 pounds of water pressure or so. Well, a lot of water pressure, because that's a lot of water we have. When it was all done, I wanted to redesign the whole thing so it would have a cinder block supporting the thing, because, honestly, if this thing is going to be in there, I kind of would like something to also tie it to, because it's going to have a lot of lift on it, and it might lift it so the pipe is angled and it might leak, and we don't want that. It will damage the seal. So we're going to fix that by just having a cinder block under it so we can tie it down and also have it nice and supported. Honestly, I did not mean to actually get this shot on camera at all. I did not even mean to throw the hammer, it's just habit now. But I thought it was really funny that I got it perfectly. Usually, what happens when I throw the hammer is it falls straight on my feet or something. Or just hits the ground. Usually the ground, and not my feet. Anyway, I guess this means I'm a carpenter now or something, because I have such good hammer skills.